What's going on, Jungle Crew? Welcome back. So we talked a little bit about goals. We talked about who we are, what JGE is, kind of what we stand for. But as we mentioned in one of our shorts, we said December was our largest month when it came to over 442 sales. It was awesome. But what do we do with them after we get 442 sales? You've got to figure out how to be able to package them and then ship them out. Well, if you're thinking about starting a business, specifically a TCG card business, again, it doesn't matter if it's One Piece, Lorcana, Pokemon, MTG, Magic the Gathering, doesn't matter. If that is something that you would like to try to do as a side hobby, again, it's not a get rich quick kind of scheme, but if it's something that you want to do as a side hobby, side project, or maybe just a side job to be able to earn a couple extra bucks, come to the right spot. So, what we want to talk about in this video is what actually happens once you decide that it's time to start shipping these orders out. With TCGplayer, you have 48 hours to be able to get an order out. So in that time, you're going to start to see inside of TCGplayer the orders come through, and it's going to be amazing. The very first couple that you're going to get, I'd say, from like 1 to like 500, you're going to be watching your phone, you're going to be seeing it going off, you're going to be losing some sleep. At least that's what I did. I was just so excited because in the middle of the night, you were getting a lot of orders, and then they were just coming in, and I was like, man, this is awesome, this is awesome. Eventually, it's going to come a point in time where it's just like, okay, let me just check to see where it's at, and it's going to start to become more of a routine where you just know, hey, let me go ahead and log in real fast, see what we've got going on, let me get them packaged, let me get them shipped off. Well, I made a lot of mistakes in the very beginning on how I was packaging, how I was trying to ship, what I had going on. And shout out to Pokepaster TCG. He is an amazing man, does an amazing job with content. Salute to you. Make sure that you go check him out. Check out his channel. He helped me out by doing a point of view video, POV video. And I want to be able to pass it forward. I want to be able to try to attempt to do one of those myself. I have no idea if it's going to work. I got one of these things here, they're supposed to go around my neck, and then, I don't know, something dropped. Maybe, hopefully it works. We're going to see. So, what's going to happen is we're going to switch cameras over. I'm going to try to use it from my phone. Hopefully the audio doesn't get messed up. If it worked out, put hashtag worked. If it didn't work out, hashtag epic fail. And then we'll just redo it. But that's what I want to try to do here. I'm going to try to package a couple of orders. I covered up all of the personal information and sensitive information, so that way that doesn't get out there into the airways. But what I want to do is be able to stuff some envelopes, get them shipped out. And hey, at the time of recording this, actually, I'm in the process of packaging up an order that's going out here. Nile Zero. So depending upon where you're watching this, it kind of gives you a timestamp as to when we are recording this. And so I've got some sealed stuff going out. But today we're not going to really deal too much on the sealed and what it looks like to be able to package a box. They ordered 2 of those. Those are going out. We can go into that later on. Or if you guys write down below that you guys would like to see how we go ahead and, what we use to be able to get everything going, we can go ahead and run that back. But today we're just going to talk about just normal envelopes, what it looks like, these right here, and then how we go ahead and print them. And then after we get them printed, how we go ahead and package them, get them all taped up, nice and neat, get them shipped off, and then get them into the hands of the new owners. So that's what we're really going to try to focus on next. But again, bear with me. I've never done one of these POVs kind of styles. We're going to see how it works out. We're going to see what happens when it plays out. And again, hashtag epic fail if it didn't work out. And then hashtag worked, or, hashtag thanks for the help, whatever you like to say, if it did work. Alright, I figured I might as well let you guys watch to see how we're going to get this going as well. Again, never really done one of these. We're going to see, I guess, this little button on the side of here you push, it goes around your neck like this, and hopefully we put it on right. Yeah. Take your cellular device, and I think it just snaps up here, like this, and then I turn this way, just like this, and my goodness, this feels tight. I don't know. I don't know if this is gonna work, but I guess we can try to bend it forward. That feels a little better. Feels a little better. Like that. Okay. All right. So we're gonna switch on over here, and then we'll switch back. All right. Catch you in a second. Peace. All right. So we are back. We're up here. Now we're down here. Over this way, this is all cards. And then I got my scale over that way, and then a cheat sheet. Let's see if I can reach over. I think it might help you guys out a little bit. A cheat sheet, because I don't know all the older sets. So because I don't know all the older sets, I printed one off, and that way when I pick up lots, which we can talk about on one of these videos, I'll know exactly what to do. But let's go ahead and dive right in on how we do this. Now, I like to keep my station the same. I don't know if it's an OCD thing for myself or what it is, but I like to try to keep it about the same every single time. For the sake of time, what I also did was I already pulled out all the cards for this order, and each one of these I taped over all of the sensitive information. So let's just get that out of the way. All that stuff is covered up, and then I already pulled everything just because I wanted, for one, the sake of time, and for two, if I didn't have like the card or something, that'd have been embarrassing, right? So we're just not going to talk about it. Okay, so the way that I package all these things is I'll start off by just reading off what this looks like. And through TCGplayer, and we can dive into this more right down below if you have questions on this, but I use TCG Tracker, or TCG Tracking, I believe it's tcgtracking.com. So I grab all of my orders, and then I download those into like a CSV kind of file, and I upload it to TCG Tracking, which allows me to be able to place it right on here, and it prints it off in this kind of manner, and then it's a left window right up here where the name is going to display, and then that way I'm able to write on the side my little personal message that I like to write to anyone that shops from us. And we greatly appreciate it if you have shopped with us in the past, so thank you. Then over here off to my right, what we've got is I keep all my envelopes here. See if you guys can see this here. All my envelopes, all of my team bags. And also, I guess maybe what I can do for you guys is to create a list of things that I think would be very important to be able to have when you first get started. Tape. This is going to be return address, P.O. box. This is going to be my top loaders and orders that deserve tracking, that need tracking. I use these right here. 8x5s. It's just bubble mailers. But all right, so let's dive into the very first one. Okay, so this one, I believe you just pronounced this person Axu. Let's go ahead and see if we can find one. So we're going to go through. Once we find it, I see that they want the Master Ball pattern, and it is number 68. So because of that, we just look right here, and it'll tell you. And we're just going to use Pokemon cards just for the example. It's the Master Ball pattern. Numbers right where we like. Sets all the same from Black Bolt. All right, so first thing I do is I grab myself, and I always keep, even over here, I keep all of my cards already pre-sleeved. And so I have a sleeve already on it. So it goes card, then sleeve. And then from here, we're just going to go ahead and slide it right in. And my goodness, this is tricky to be able to do. But we're able to do it. Okay, it's tricky to be able to do with this thing on, but we're able to do it. All right. So we'll go ahead, get that down. So I'm just tapping it, making sure that it's good. Then I'm going to grab a team bag because this order only has quantity of 1. So I'll grab a team bag. From the team bag, I'm going to slide this right in. And you don't have to do this if you don't want to, but this is what I like to do. Right over here, I keep all of our business cards. And inside of the business cards, there's a little personalized message just like this. And I slide this in the front. Again, shout out to Pokepaster for teaching me the beginning steps on how to be able to get this stuff done. Greatly appreciate you. You're an amazing man. So I do this, and then I rip this off. These very sticky. You just throw it off to the side or get yourself a little trash bin right behind you. Close this up. And then I always use these dotted lines right here. I use these dotted lines to be able to help out. And I fold on the dotted line. Fold it backwards. And then I flip it, and I fold it frontwards. Just like so. And then what I use this right here. Use one of my pens. Jungle Games ENT. Like, subscribe, follow. We love it. And I write on here, thank you for being amazing. And that's just what I like to write. You do not have to write that. You write whatever you'd like to write. Then after this, take the card, grab my tape, grab a little piece of tape. I tape it to the right side, so right behind where I had wrote the information. I tape it there, grab my envelope, slide it in, just like so. And I'm not going to tape it all the way up because I still have to remove it. But this right here is just to symbolize and show exactly where the names would then show up. So that's where that would go. All right, so that's one. We'll just do one more just in lieu of time. And if you guys want me to do a few more after that, write down, hey, Nick, can you please do a few more? Or reach out, send me a DM. We'll just go ahead and do one more here. And so this one is Phantasmal Flames. They want the Dugong 97. So we're going to go through our list here. Oh, Dugong. Okay, here we go. 97 from Phantasmal Flames. Awesome. So we're going to go ahead, grab a top loader, load this in. Let's see if we can do it a little bit easier this time. It's so interesting with this thing on, but that's cool. Tap it just so I can bring it down. Come over here. Grab a team bag. Team bag opens up. Slide this in. So remember, card sleeve right over that. Top loader. And then from the top loader, you go team bag. You're going to slide your little insert in. You're going to close this up. Close this right like this. Move this off to the side. Fold on the dotted line. Fold on the other invisible dotted line. Right off to the right. And you're going to say, thank you for being amazing. Well, you say whatever you would like to say. And grab the card. Card goes over here to the right side corner. Grab your tape. And again, this is the method that I found that allows me to be able to do a handful at a time. I was spending a lot of time in some cases in the past. I was printing off multiple sheets. And it was it was too much time. I'm able to do a lot more way faster in this method that allows me to just keep moving at a nice speed and a nice pace for myself. And it's only going to come with practice and repetition. Practice and repetition is what's really going to help you to be able to drive things forward a little bit faster. But don't try to speed through in the very beginning. Take your time. Try to make sure that you are doing the best you can to categorize your cards. We'll talk a little bit about that on, how I place all of this, and I'm more than happy to teach you guys that. But also making sure that you are working with some accuracy. The accuracy beats out the speed all day of the week, right? Any day of the week. All right. So with that, let me see if I can see if this works. All right, and we are back. So I literally just moved from there to right over here. And I just want to say again, thank you guys so much for tuning in. Thank you guys so much for joining us here in the jungle. If you guys found this helpful, write hashtag helpful right down below. And if you guys want to see a little bit more, let me know. Reach out. Whether you send us a DM, send us an email, or just write in the comments. Again, like, subscribe, share, and let's try to dive in. I think we're going to try to do what you do after you find a lot, maybe how to find a lot, and then what it looks like to go ahead and do inventory, how I separate cards, how it was when I initially got started. I think that'll be a really good journey and a little bit better. Let me see if I can take this off. This starts to get heavy. Again, push the button, take this off. Oh, awesome. All right. So, again, with that, if you guys have not yet checked it out, check out the TCG Money Map. Make sure that you check it out. TCG Money Map. It is a free guide, and it is an Excel spreadsheet. It is very amazing, easy to use, very user-friendly, and it's free. So check us out on the website. Link's going to be down below, and it'll take you to the website, allow you to download it. And then Patrice, my fiance, my better half, she did a video to be able to help you guys out, to be able to figure out where to input numbers, what not to change, what to change, and why it's important to be able to track all expenses. All right, with that, we are closing out on video number 3 of the mini-series, and we're just going to see you guys on the next one. Take care, y'all. Peace.